Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod After Dark. I am Jeff. Get that finger out of your ear. You don't know where it's been. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my host.
I'm Leslie, and looks like I picked a bad week to stop snorting glue.
I knew you'd go with that one. I just felt it in my soul that you would go with that one. It's a great fucking line.
Oh, it's so good. And again, I didn't do my best on it because my dog decided to start moving then, so...
Well,
oh well.
Puppy distractions are the best kind of distractions.
They are, and probably no one else cares that I don't do my best line reading on these quotes.
You know what? Here's what I'll tell you, though. Not everyone loves an aggressive puppy. That poor guy who went to pick up Rex Kramer and got just attacked by the golden retriever.
That looked like the best day on set ever. Oh my God. Let me play with a golden retriever all day.
Here's the thing, though. When I was a little kid, I didn't know that golden retrievers were playful animals. So that scene always kind of scared me. I was like, big dogs will take you down. They don't care. They're just going to take you down.
Oh, yeah. I was terrified. But I look how I've evolved.
I know. You've got a dog that could almost knock over one of your toes.
I know.
Your dog is a tiny, weak little thing, but she's adorable.
She is. I don't know. When she stops the leash, I'm jolted.
Well, okay. I feel that might have to do more with some weight training needed on your part, but I don't know. There's two parts to that equation. Either that super tiny dog is way stronger than I think it is, or this super tiny woman is not as strong as she thinks she is. I don't know.
I'm a little behind on push-ups, okay?
I don't know. I'm just supposing. All right. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are losing our goddamn minds.
Yes.
We are talking about Airplane, the 1980 Chump Don't Want No Help, Chump Don't Get to Help masterpiece. Written by, and this is interesting, and it's most of what I want to talk about, but we're going to get there. Written by Jim Abrams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker, but also Hal Barrett, the writer of Zero Hour, John Champion, the writer of Zero Hour, and Arthur Haley, a credited writer on Zero Hour. Have you ever heard of Zero Hour?
I have not.
Okay. That is what I want to talk about a lot. But we're talking about Airplane. And hold on, I need to take a drink because this is going to be one. All right, you ready for this?
Tell me.
Everybody in this movie is Spelling Connection.
What?
I didn't find one that wasn't. Now, except for Otto, the autopilot is credited in the movie, and I didn't click on his IMDb link to see if he was credited on any Spelling productions. But listen to this. Robert Hayes plays Ted Stryker. Julie Haggerty is Elaine. Peter Graves plays Captain Over. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar plays Roger Murdoch. Son, my name's Roger Murdoch. You tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up the court for 48 minutes. So amazing. Lloyd Bridges as McCroskey, Leslie Nielsen as Dr. Rumack, Lorna Patterson as Randy, Robert Stack as Kramer, Steven Stucker as Johnny, Otto as himself, the automatic pilot.
Yes.
Barbara Billingsley as the Jive Lady, Lee Bryant as Joey's mom, and Nicholas Pryor, our own fucking Chancellor Arnold, as Joey's dad.
Joey's dad. Oh, the guy who's next to Joey never has.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
That's why I thought he looked familiar.
Because it's Chancellor A. Milton Arnold.
That's the second dumb moment I had in this movie, because I'm watching it, and then the kid comes up to the cockpit and goes, "Wait a minute, aren't you a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?" And I went, fuck, there is a basketball player in this, and you've referenced it, you've talked about it on this show, I've seen this movie. My brain is garbage.
All right. Well, that is an interesting turn. Because there were like 4 things in there that we could talk about. But first, I got to tell everybody the spelling connections.
Yes.
Ugh. Okay. Nicholas Pryor, obviously Chancellor Arnold. His wife, Lee Bryant, was in an episode of Hotel. Lloyd Bridges was on the Love Boat. Peter Graves was on the Love Boat. Julie Haggerty was on the Love Boat The Next Wave. Robert Hayes was on the Love Boat. Leslie Nielsen was on Hotel. Lorna Patterson was on Hotel. Robert Stack was on Hotel. Frank Ashmore was on TJ Hooker. Jonathan Banks, IU's own.
Yes.
Mike Ehrmantraut was on an episode of TJ Hooker. Okay? And Barbara Billingsley, Mrs. Cleaver herself, on the Love Boat.
Wow.
It's the whole fucking movie. Like,
this is I wish we had like, you know, crackers that they break on Christmas in England right now, or yeah, confetti. I don't know. This feels like a celebratory moment, and we weren't ready.
and I did not expect it because, you know, this was always on the list for me for the After Dark because of Chancellor Arnold being Jim, who has the second cup of coffee and then vomits. So here's something that I didn't know, and that's a lot. I think what we're going to talk about is things I didn't know because I've seen this movie a bajillion times, and you've seen it now twice.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You're trying to prepare yourself for me to say no. I know nothing.
No, because I expect you to say no to this. I really do, because there's no reason at all that you should know this, because it happened like when I was 2. Okay? No reason for you to know this. But there was a coffee commercial for, I can't remember the name of the coffee. It starts with a J. And it's 2 people out at dinner, and the waiter comes by and says, "Would you like a second cup of coffee?" And she starts to answer no for her husband. And he's like, "I actually would like a second cup of coffee." And she's like, "Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home." And she realizes that her coffee is dog shit. And she's going to go with this coffee because Jim likes it so much. It's so goddamn good. Right? So that's what this is a reference to. Right?
Yeah.
That scene, Jim never has a second cup of coffee. Jim never vomits at home. Like, it's a reference to that commercial taken to a ridiculous level with the vomit line. But here's the thing I didn't realize. That actress is the actress from the coffee commercial.
That's amazing.
It's the same person. That, like, the attention to detail in the spoofing in this movie is, like, I would say it's next level, but it set the bar.
Yeah.
Because it's the first movie to do anything like this, and it sets the bar so high that no one has reached it. It's still the gold standard for this level of parody detail.
Yeah.
And it's unspooling things to me as I watch it today, distracted by about 1,000 fucking other things. And I'm still catching things that I did not know before.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking glorious.
I am proud of myself for not just watching it, but being able to put everything else aside to watch it and also not be distracted by the millions of things. Look, I get it. It's been an insane week.
It's been a lot. For both of us in different ways, just busy, bonkers week. Stuff happening. Everything's fine, Cheesemeisters. Don't worry.
Yes, good things. Just
it's all good things. I'm tired. Yeah. Like, behind the curtain shit, Cheesemeisters, we usually record the After Dark on, like, a weeknight, like 6, 7 o'clock, because, you know, it just fits in. We get it done Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. It's Friday night. We didn't start until, like, an hour and a half after we normally start, and we're both fucking looped. So...
Like, I have finally recovered from getting 2 vaccines at once. Don't ever do that.
Unless you're strong like John Sears.
Well, clearly I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
No, dog pulls you over. This is the theme of tonight's episode. Leslie is weak.
I've had a really rough year. If people knew what I have been through this year, they would be like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of amazing she's standing.
I mean, that's why it's ironic that I say Leslie is weak. So, because Leslie
thank
is
you.
strong.
I'm strong as fuck.
But she might get pulled over by the dog, no lie. It could happen. Maybe the sidewalk was uneven.
It's karma for the dog I yanked off stage in Annie.
No, that poor Annie dog.
Rocky,
over here.
Rocky's fine. He's probably dead now, but he's fine.
He was fine for a while. Like, his death was probably not attributable to you. I mean, I assume.
I hope.
Yeah. Anyway, Cheesemeister's Airplane has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes and an 89% on the Popometer. I'm kind of surprised those numbers aren't flipped.
I am too.
Because this movie is so beloved by the audience, like the people who watch it. I'm not surprised the critics love it, because it created a new form of movie and is still 50 years later really fucking funny. To me, who's seen it a million times, but to you, time number 2, like, how did you like Airplane?
I think I appreciated it even more. You know, like, I know the first time I watched it, I found it funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciated I loved it even more because, again, I just needed the laughs after the year, after the week.
This movie is the barbaric yelp of laughter. You know what I mean? You just fucking get it out. It really makes you feel good.
And there's so many different types of laughter throughout this, because there are the legitimately funny things, and then there are things that are just like, what? Why?
Right.
Like, why is this funny?
So tell me one that falls into the latter category, because I think that this movie is funny in a bunch of different ways, and the jokes hit in different ways to different people. So it's entirely possible that you laugh at stuff that I'm stone-faced on, and I laugh just uproariously at stuff that you're like, I don't understand why that's a joke. So that's interesting to me.
I think one of the things that I was baffled that I found to be so funny was anytime they were like, what is it? It's a building with blah, 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 blah. But don't worry about that.
But that's not important right now. Of course, that's hilarious.
It is. And then also, I mean, everything Leslie Nielsen does is just ridiculous on a whole other, or like even Peter Graves's random innocuous lines. You're like, why is this funny? What is his story?
Yeah. You ever seen a grown man naked?
You ever been to a Turkish bath?
Yeah. Do you like movies about gladiators? I mean, it has real weird sex jokes in it. Like, first of all, like, there's all that stuff about the grown man naked in the Turkish prison and the gladiator movies. Like, that's clearly there's, I don't know if you noticed this or not, because this is one of those things it's a background joke that I didn't notice the first 100 times I saw it, because I saw it on a tiny little blurry ass screen. When Clarence Over is in the hospital, in the airport, right before he has the "I'll take the ham on 5, hold the mayo" call, he's
looking at girly mags.
He is. The wall behind him, it says fiction, nonfiction. It's like spanking books or something. Or
no,
like
Walter caught that.
Whacking material or something. Yes. Whacking material, I think is what it says. And it's all porn. And he's reading a magazine that has the word "cum" in the title. Like, it's crazy. And then when Otto deflates, she has to blow him. Oh. And like Leslie Nielsen, and then there's smoking afterwards. And he gives the...
Yeah. Like, then the weird smile.
Uh-huh. And then when she's talking about their history together, when she's like, remember when I used to sit on your face and wriggle?
Oh my God.
It's so funny.
It's so good. And then like, this isn't so much like a sex joke, but again, it's having little kids behave like adults, having to be
Yes.
cute. And then this, I did think about this for a quote because it's just amazing when she's like, "Oh no, I take it black, like my men." It's like,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
just the long pause on the kid's face.
Uh-huh. And then you've got the weird things that play against expectation, right? Like what you're just talking about with the kids who are like acting like grown-ups. You've got the nun reading Boy's Life magazine and the boy reading Nun's Life magazine.
Yeah.
And the nun is surfing on the cover. It's so dumb. And then you've got Mrs. Cleaver speaking jive.
Oh my god.
Which is like the greatest, and it's so great. And here's why Airplane is awesome. You don't have to know any of this stuff for that to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like you didn't realize that was Mrs. Cleaver until today. Like, but it was still funny, right? Yeah. And then when you learn, wait, that's the mom from Leave It to Beaver, like America's mom. She's the one Chump don't want to help, Chump don't get to help. Like, that's hilarious.
I mean, it just, what a moment. Like, I hate having this realization, but at the same time, like, you know what, at least we all get to have this moment of realizing Barbara Billingsley was wasted. We did not use her to her capacity.
100%.
Thank God for the casting director going, wait a minute, I know who'd be perfect for this.
I don't think it was. I think I'm betting you that they wrote it for like her or the mom from or like for Hazel. Like they wanted it to be a 1950s TV material. Like it could have just as easily have been Aunt B. You know,
Aunt B.
Yeah. Like they wrote that scene for that archetype. And Barbara Billingsley is just fucking great, and she kills it.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely. Like, I have no other words.
So there's this other thing that they do in this movie. They have these weird ass flashbacks, as like they have whole joke set up flashbacks. Like the first flashback is him talking about their relationship when he first meets her, and it's like a seaport bar where two Girl Scouts get in a knife fight over a poker game. Like, what was I supposed to do? Call him for cheating better than me in front of the other players?
Yes.
So they go at it, and they go through the jukebox, and it starts a disco dance. And so then you get a Stayin' Alive parody where he's doing the Travolta, and he even has the outfit on, and he throws the jacket, and it comes flying back. And I'll have you know that at our wedding reception, Laura and I danced like this.
Yes.
Pointing at the knife. You have to do that. Come on. Awesome. We definitely did that. And so and then when they come back from the flashback, the person he's telling the story has hung herself from boredom.
Oh my God. That line of jokes was especially funny to me, than the other guy performing Harry Carey on himself.
Yeah. And the other guy, he was going to blow himself up, and he's got the look in his face like, go ahead, go help. Go help.
Yeah. But then he blows up anyway. On a plane.
Yep. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. And so, yeah, then you've got those running gags like that, and the Don't Call Me Shirley, and the there's a problem in the cockpit. The cockpit, what is it? It's the little room at the front of the plane where the pilot sits, but that's not important right now. It's like those running gags all throughout the movie, and it builds this. It is a Scooby-Doo sandwich of layered jokes.
Yes.
It's just, it's this tall, and you have to take a string and tie it down to eat it. And they do. It's only 90 minutes long, but it's all these different kinds of jokes.
Just layered upon layered. Like, there's no break, and it's perfect, because I think when you take a break from the jokes,
mm-hmm.
you lose the comedy of it. And I've talked about that on here, but a lot of modern comedies struggle with, or at least maybe not as much right now, but definitely like I would say in the aughts to
Mm.
2010s, that was a big problem.
Hmm. Like there just weren't enough. It wasn't enough joke density.
Yes, I just feel
Yeah.
like so many of the like major motion picture comedies, I would see them and it would be, you would hear the jokes from the trailer and then the rest of it was
Uh,
garbage. Or
yeah.
like it would be funny and then there would be this like, okay, but here's the heartwarming center of it all. It's like, I don't want that. I want
Right.
to laugh. Don't give
Right.
me ooey gooey. That's
Right.
not what I came here for. God.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think maybe I don't watch those movies because I don't have that impression. Like most of the comedies that I watch and care that I'm drawn to are ones that are layered like this. And like when we just talked about it in The Jerk, how like the absurdity built upon itself in every scene, so that something that started stupid ended ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, and and it's that layered stuff that I always was attracted to. So that's why this movie is so great for me, because it's dopey puns and jokey one-liners and ridiculous flashbacks and physical gags like the egg out of her mouth,
Yes.
and the shaking the woman and then the whole line of people ready to just keep on shaking.
Yeah.
It's just, it has so many different types of jokes and they just keep coming the whole time. And it doesn't matter if you don't recognize Barbara Billingsley, and it doesn't matter if you don't know who Cream is. Like you don't have to know who Cream is to know. We have clearance, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor? Like that's awesome. It's so funny, and it's made funnier when you recognize Kareem, because I've been hearing that crap since UCLA. You tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes. I mean, and then when they lift him out of the seat, he's wearing his Lakers gear from the pants down. It's so silly. And his goggles, which were like his trademark.
And he's a giant.
He's huge. He's 7 feet tall. And they're dragging him through the cockpit and no one is noticing. I mean,
Yes.
it's so funny. So all of that stuff is really funny, even if you don't know that it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
The next level down from that is that this movie does not have comedians in it. It has straight actors. Like Jimmy J.J. Walker, Dynamite. He's like the guy cleaning the windows and jumping on the hood of the... Like,
yeah.
But he might be like the only comedian in the movie, because
Wow.
Peter Graves in 1980, Peter Graves is a dramatic actor. He's Mission Impossible, right?
Okay.
Leslie Nielsen is a dramatic actor. Lloyd Bridges, dramatic actor. Robert Stack, dramatic actor. None of these people play comedy. And they're cast in this movie, which is just a real goofy melodrama, like the bones of it. And I'm going to talk about the bones of it. But those aren't comedic actors. They're people playing it super fucking straight. And it's because you weren't alive, and I wasn't really either. I was 5 when this came out. You don't know. You always thought of Leslie Nielsen as funny.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but before this movie, none of those people were funny.
Yeah.
And you don't have to know that to enjoy the movie, but it makes it better. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Was I think that's why it makes it even funnier, because and granted, comedy is harder than drama. Like that's the line, dying is easy, laughter is harder. So I think it's an interesting choice to have them choose, known dramatic actors to play in such a farcical thing.
Mm-hmm.
But considering the bones of it, and I think considering the bones of it, I think it's just an additional smart choice to have dramatic actors do this because it does make it even funnier because they're playing it so sincerely and
Yeah.
so genuinely. Every line is said without a trace of irony. Like,
Nope.
because they are that good at making it believable and they're not trying for the laughter. It's
No.
almost like you need people who are like, I'm okay if I don't make you laugh.
Yes. It for this to be funny, it has to be deadly serious. It just fucking does. They know that when they make this movie, obviously. Like, it is so clear their vision for this was exactly what we got to see, because you write TV mom into the jive talking role and you get Barbara Billingsley. And you cast this movie, which is I don't want to go there quite yet. I don't want to talk 0 Hour quite yet.
Okay.
But I want to talk about it. But do you have anything else? Just to say, you can think this movie is funny without knowing that. Like that
Yeah.
whole strata of that these are serious actors. You don't have to know that. But when you do know it, you're like, it makes the movie better. So the more you know about this movie, I think the better it is. But you don't have to know any of it for it to be amazing.
I think that about most things, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
again, you know, but it's to each their own because I remember in high school learning about the political allegory of Behind the Wizard of Oz and being
Oh.
delighted that like this shit is political like commentary.
Right. Yeah.
There's symbolism at the wazoo.
Uh-huh.
It's incredible. Everyone look it up. Unless you feel like that's going to ruin your childhood, which it wouldn't.
No, I already did that when I told you about that Mary was a witch, and that
Oh.
It's a Wonderful Life was a dark horror tale.
That did devastate me at the time because, again, we're talking about It's a Wonderful Life, and it's so beautiful and also like reflective of the human condition. But now, I mean, when you mentioned it again recently, I thought, no, that's badass as hell.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's like if The Craft and WandaVision had a Christmas movie.
Yes.
You know?
I've definitely been spreading the word to coworkers that, oh yeah, you're going to be watching The Apartment this holiday season. It's the ultimate Christmas movie.
Good idea. Get them watching some crazy shit. But that movie's great.
I want him on my level.
Well, get them on the Peach Pod after dark, baby. Then you'll know some stuff.
I mention it. Some of them are supposed to be listening.
Good. Well, shouts to you guys. Okay, so there's one level deeper that you don't have to know about for this movie to be a masterpiece. But when I learned this, probably 5 to 10 years ago, it changed my life. It's revelatory. And you might know this, like not, I'm not the only person who knows this. This is known. But I also know it's a thing that not everybody knows. The reason that Hal Bartlett, John Champion, and Arthur Haley are credited as writers of this movie is because Airplane, it's a spoof of a type of movie like Airport 77 and these like disaster movies. It's a spoof of that type of movie. But it is a spoof of this exact movie. Wow. They were watching, my understanding of the way this story goes is they were watching like the late night movie one Saturday night, and this movie called 0 Hour comes on. And it is, I'm going to read you the log line, okay? Of 0 Hour. During a commercial flight, the pilots and some passengers suffer food poisoning, thus forcing an ex-fighter pilot to try to land the airliner in heavy fog.
Oh my God.
They took not only the plot of 0 Hour, and like I left out a couple words like ex World War II because in 1950s Canada, like they changed the setting a little bit and they, made him a fighter pilot of an indistinct war, kind of World War II, might have been Korea, I don't know, it's hard to tell. But they took all of those pieces, right, And they were watching this movie and they're like, this movie would be hilarious if we just took this already ridiculous, this tense scene and made it slightly more ridiculous. Like, just like take the coffee commercial, and Jim never vomits at home. Like, you take it then you start with something very serious and you play it super straight, and then because it's silly at its core, you go to the next level of what? And it's really funny. So they do this with this whole movie. Not only do they take the plot, which is passengers ate the fish. It's the same food, the fish. And the crew goes down, and the pilot, whose wife is working on the airplane, I think they have a kid in it. It's the different, some of that dynamic stuff is different. And there's no guy speaking jive because it's 1950s. But the main character's name is Ted Stryker. They took character names. They took the plot. They took direct lines of dialogue. They took scenes verbatim that were dramatic scenes and play them for comedy because the movie is funny. So, and I've got a couple of examples, but there's one line, and it's kind of all you need to know. This is a movie that is, Leslie Nielsen says it, and it's super fucking funny in Airplane, but it is verbatim from 0 Hour, which is a drama. Like, 0 Hour means it, you guys. Our survival depends on one thing: finding someone who can not only fly this plane, but who didn't have fish for dinner. That's dialogue in a real movie, y'all, not made up for Airplane. And there's a lot of that stuff throughout this movie where they lift, like the fact that like Stryker's all sweaty and has a sweating, that's right from 0 Hour.
Oh my God.
I mean, love the sweating. It's so great. And like, I highly recommend that literally everyone just go watch 0 Hour this week, because you will see the farce played for reals. And you'll go, they took that too? That's crazy. And, you know, and then they add all these extra, you know, like gags, like, you know, he's doing his tie and he walks through the mirror.
Yes.
You know, and the one where he's leaning on the thing and behind him is a picture of him leaning on the thing. It's so funny. I even think in 0 Hour, there's a sick child on the plane. I don't think that they play the song and they disconnect the hose. But again, that's the next step up.
Yeah. That child cracked me up. And not even before she was playing faking death, but whenever she's like, "Oh, mother, are they going to sing to me?" Oh, like, I don't know how they directed her. Other than, again, you would have to direct I feel like with the kids, you kind of have to direct them genuinely. You can't let them in on the fact that this is funny, children. But like, I mean, that felt like straight out of, you know, Shirley Temple.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
incredible.
Yeah. And I knew all of that stuff, right? Like I knew all of the 0 Hour stuff. I learned it like 10 years ago. Then the last time I saw this movie was probably 2 years ago, year ago. I don't even remember. And I realized one last level of holy fuck what they did with this movie. And it again, you don't have to know this, but when you know it, you give it a Jeff's kiss. Right? Because I was watching the movie and I went, I kind of feel like casting Kareem is kind of a specific kind of joke. Like they're doing something by casting Kareem in this movie, because why do you make a sports star the co-pilot? Like it's a funny joke when he's, you know, yells at the kid and he drags him out of the thing, but like I feel like there's got to be more to it. So I'm watching Zero Hour, and the name of the actor who plays the pilot is Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch, who was a retired football player. They were like, we need to put an athlete, a professional athlete in the cockpit that everyone's going to recognize as a professional athlete. Because people in the 50s knew who Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch was. They're like, hey, I went to that movie and you know who's in it? Crazy Legs, right? And so they took that and they made that a joke, a 7-foot tall joke. I mean, there's no 7 feet tall co-pilots. Come on, it can't fit in the cockpit. That's crazy. But like, again, you don't have to know that it's Kareem to think all of that stuff is funny. And when you do know it's Kareem, you don't have to know that it's a gag off of Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch in the movie Zero Hour from 1957. But when you do, wow, does this movie pay off?
Yeah.
You know, it just keeps giving you this stuff where you're like, I'm sure in 10 years I'm going to learn something else crazy about it that I'm like, well, fuck me for not knowing that. Good for them. You know what I mean?
It's fun. It's fun learning all of the ingredients that go into a favorite dish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like you can see why this movie, Cousin Bill loves it. You know, like this is another one like The Jerk, like Holy Grail, where if you're a dude my age, this shit is in your wheelhouse. Yeah, this is what you're built upon.
This stuff comes out at parties when we give y'all a beer.
I give me nothing. I
know.
I mean, come on. Yeah, I can't stop it sometimes. It's just we have a group chat with some friends, and the group chat is entitled "Don't Call Us Shirley."
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't name it that. I'm not the one driving that train, but I'm fully on board. Is aside from the Jello boobs shot and the random titties, what do we got for intimacy and the blowjob scene? What do we got for intimacy in this movie?
We've got a fair amount. Shout out to the women or woman, because it could have been one, could have been two, different people cast in that part just for their boobs. And like, you know, I don't know if it was specifically we don't want to see their face, or the actresses were like, sure, you can film my tits, but please don't show my face.
I know. I think what it was like, that's like one of those monster movie, like the Blob, where someone runs across screen and stops and they're like, oh no. And yeah. it's just a gag on that, because everybody who watches those movies is not looking at the girl's face. They're watching for the jiggle.
This movie predicted the rest of the 80s, because it doesn't just become like a horror movie thing. I go back to the moment in Die Hard all the time. Just the terrorists come in, and all of a sudden there's just random lady.
Well, remember Back to School? When Rodney Dangerfield goes into the sorority, he thinks it's the fraternity, and he goes in the shower and it's boobs?
Yes.
Okay, that's a thing. We put that in this movie.
And you know what? I think it makes it funny when you take the head off.
It does.
Because it's clearly just about you all want to see some tits.
That's exactly all you
want to see.
Yes, and agreed. Like, motion carry.
Walter is nodding across from me, and like, I get it. Again,
yes.
I was able to enjoy this a lot more just seeing their from the neck down.
Does
that make me a pig? I don't know.
No, it makes you someone who likes boobs, and boobs are nice. Boobs, we like boobs. But it's also like it's that bit taken to the absurdist level.
Which, you know? It should always be, because it is completely absurd. Yes. The notion that women are just running around naked all the time.
Of course. This plane's going down.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's amazing. What else on the intimacy side?
I mean, you know, in going on along with the theme of playing things sincerely, the romance in this is played so genuinely. I mean, like the line you referenced earlier, remember when I used to sit on your face and wriggle? Like, they are not playing this with any sense of this is funny at all.
No.
They are saying this like two people who genuinely love each other and are interested and are trying to get something from the other person. I'm trying to inspire you by telling you about all this lewd behavior that we used to be involved in. And it's kind of different from the other comedic intimacy that I have talked about ad nauseum on here. They're playing into the melodrama and like there's some with the intense gazing at each other, saying lewd lines sweetly. It's great. And like, I noted this especially I wouldn't say especially, but I noted it especially in the final kiss, because every other comedy we've talked about where there's kissing and everything, the kissing is usually where they go off the rails and like it's a ton of tongue. Movie. They're like rolling off in in the hallway. They're falling over each other. It's funny. No, they play this like a real kiss, and at first I was like, this isn't much of a kiss. But then I thought about where this couple has been in the story and how they have been with each other, what they've been through. And I thought, I guess it kind of makes sense because they seem very tentative with each other and slow in their touch. And like, it's very light touching. Their arms aren't like swung around each other passionately or anything. And, it's very light kissing. Like, I don't even know if they move their heads that much. So it could be the actors, but it also fits with the story, like, because there's the ridiculous, they're letting everything else do the comedic work. The swooping music, I think that it starts spinning crazily or something wacky happens. Yeah. Like, the actors don't have to do anything. It's the situation around it that is funny.
Yeah.
With the same couple, they continuing the theme of parodying in this, they're making fun of From Here to Eternity.
And then they're covered with seaweed.
Oh my god. It's really funny, but I was also genuinely worried for them because I thought, what a horrible day on set to be getting waterboarded the whole time.
I know.
And not only that, sand is going up in your crevices.
Everywhere. Yeah. Did you also think of Brenda and Dylan?
Of course I did.
Yay.
Of course I did.
See, that means that the podcast is working because you no longer only associate that scene with From Here to Eternity and Airplane. Brenda and Dylan are in there too. It's like...
Well, and it's funny because Dawson's Creek also does a parody of it, but it's Joey with some rando. I mean, we have all seen... Exactly. We've seen that kiss everywhere. Like, you don't have to know that movie to know it is a famous intimate moment.
You've seen that kiss whether you know what movie it's from or not. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't think I ever need to see the movie, to be honest, because
I think I have, but I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, exactly. After seeing An Affair to Remember, I'm kind of like, I'm going to be more cautious about famous romances. Famous classic romances. Because if it's not Casablanca, I don't want it.
There you go. Well, you never know, because we could we come up with a reason to watch some crazy shit in here, We've done it, we'll do it again. Yeah.
So I like how because that kiss from Here to Eternity is ridiculous.
Of course it is. Yeah. And they take it and they go, what if also seaweed?
Yeah, it's just you take that moment and go, okay, but in reality.
This is very silly. There's the fish. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. I think the plot device that moves this along is bad fish. Like, that's amazing. It's so silly, and it was a real movie, y'all. What other intimacies?
I mean, I have to talk about my favorite intimate moment in this, which is blowing the autopilot.
Yes.
That part is it is so funny. Just in the watching it, how they frame it, and how people react to it. And then the pièce de résistance when they're both smoking afterward. I love it so much.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, the cigarette really makes it, because it would have been funny enough without that. Like, just an innocent moment of like, what? I'm just doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. I'm just blowing the autopilot like they told me. But then you add in that and it's like, oh, they kind of knew.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We get it. We know it.
We do. Yeah. Oh, here's another layer down, but it's also a bit of a verbal intimacy. The white zone and red zone argument.
Yes.
Damn it, Betty, I don't want to hear any more of your white zone bullshit. We both know what this is about. You want me to have an abortion. Yes. Which, by the way, because I'd seen it on TV so many times, I never heard that joke, and like probably the first 50 times I saw the movie. Wow. And then you hear, like, God damn, that they went there. Here's the next level shit. They hired the real actors who did those voices at the airport. Like, the people who did those voices at LAX, they had them do them for this movie. Because they were like, they couldn't find anybody who could do it right. Like, because in your head, it sounds the way it sounds in the airport. And they're like, let's just get the airport people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that whole bit is hilarious. And it's even better when you know it's the airport people.
Yeah. No, I love that. And, you know, I guess there's some verbal intimacy there. Because, again, you're having people who know the job, but then they're having to lean into something that is not their job. Like, so,
but they're having an argument. They're having a personal argument.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of work, like these two people know each other biblically, you know? So this disagreement about the red zone and the white zone, that shit runs deep, y'all. Yeah.
And I guess if you're wanting people to still do it in their work voice, then you definitely want people who do. It's kind of like the actor they hired to play Perd Hapley on Parks and Rec did really work on a news station.
Of course he did.
It doesn't always work out, but like he, you know, it works out in that because it is such a weird role. You know,
Perd Hapley. Perd Hapley is the greatest.
He's great. He's just there, you know?
Yeah.
He's fun. He doesn't have to do anything like, and I would like an empty glass.
Perd's the best. Yep. Yeah. Perd's great. Any more intimate moments?
No, I can't believe I forgot the boobs from the first viewing, but you know.
Oh, yeah. It's funny. Yeah, the Jello boobs and then the actual like topless boobs.
I know.
It's just so dumb. All right. Like, there's no real needle drops in this except for the Jaws music and the opening credits.
Yes.
Which is great. But it's the score that it's so sweeping and melodramatic and tense. And it's, you know, they used the music to build the mood in like that real heavy way of a 1950s melodrama.
Yeah.
And it adds to the whole thing that they're doing. And they like even the opening credits of this thing, you know, after the Jaws part of it, where people are getting out of the cabs and coming into the airport, and it's all of that is shot like a 70s thriller. Like they got real low to the ground camera angles. People are crossing the street in the rain as cars are doing this and pulling out, and the headlights are reflecting off of water, and like it feels ominous, and it gives you that like all these people coming to get on this plane, they don't know their life's about to change forever. Like it's all paced exactly the same way with that exact tone of music.
Yeah.
But also it's the silliest shit you've ever seen. But from go, it's tuned visually and auditorially to feel like the movie it was based on.
Yeah.
You know, it's meant to feel like you're watching oh, everyone's in danger, except for then there's Johnny making a hat or a brooch or a pterodactyl. Yeah,
And then you hear the people arguing over the PA system, and you're like, what?
yeah.
Okay.
And also, and he picks up the red phone and it goes, no, the white phone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or like, or when they're like, pick up the white phone for Captain Over. I got it.
Yeah,
Thank
I got
you.
it. Thank you. Yep. That's so great. All right. I guess what else time? Is this anyone's defining role?
Probably the striker guy. Because didn't you say he died tragically?
No, that's Johnny. The guy who played Johnny died tragically. I don't remember the circumstance. Johnny is the pterodactyl or there's a white sale at Penny's.
Oh!
Yeah. How about some coffee, Johnny? No, thanks.
He was the one guy. I was like, Walter, I feel like this is the role you'd play. He was not pleased. That was not his favorite role.
Oh, Johnny is so funny though, because he pulls out the plug.
I
know. And I naughty little boy.
He looks so delighted.
Uh-huh.
He looks so delighted the whole time. Okay, well,
he steals the movie. That guy. He's so funny.
Yeah, but okay, so that's definitely his defining role.
Yep.
It could very well be Julie Haggerty's, but I also know her from Noises Off.
That's true, but I do think it's this. When I saw Noises Off, I was like, it's Elaine.
Yeah.
I'm
far less traumatized by this movie than Noises Off.
Yeah, but goddamn, do I love Noises Off. Oh my god.
I should. So it's really funny. Because as you're describing the movie, I'm like, you know what, Leslie? That's really funny that you find this subject matter funny, because this would be my nightmare. This is my fear. This is why, Cheese Meisters, I don't get to eat a lot on days I fly, because I'm scared. I am...
Just stay away
I'm
from the fish.
pretty sure I've said it before. I have stomach issues. I'm scared. I don't want to be a problem. But you know what? This movie's just proof that, like, you can make anything funny. Like,
all you have to do is know where the line is between drama and absurdity.
Yes.
And that's what they're so genius at in this, is they just, like, they know where the line is and they jump across it like 30 feet. Like, they go so absurd, but it's perfect because it highlights the ridiculousness of the overly dramatic premise.
Yeah.
Finding someone who can land this plane and who didn't have fish for dinner. Like, if you saw that on, if you were watching Nick at Night and you're watching like an old cop show or something, and like that dialogue, you're like, this is cheesiest shit I've ever seen. And it is, and that's why it works in both movies.
Yeah.
I think this is absolutely Robert Hayes and Julie Haggerty's defining roles. There are many times when I refer to Kareem as Roger Murdoch. Like, I understand his role in the history of basketball and how dominant he was, and like, he was the all-time leading scorer for a while. Great, phenomenal, can't stop the skyhook, like, it's fucking Kareem. But like, he's Roger Murdoch. Leslie Nielsen is obviously Lieutenant Frank Drebin, so that's not a question.
See, now here's where we differ, because again, I go back to, I grew up with watching him in Tammy.
Oh, I've never even seen Tammy. So you know him from a dramatic role?
A romantic role.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely just a romance. It's not full on drama. He has some lighthearted moments because he's playing across Debbie Reynolds, and it's sweet. But yeah, no, I met him first as like young heartthrob, and of course my parents were like, his name is Leslie, so I was like,
oh, there you go. I mean, I first came across him in this, but he became who he is with Frank Drebin.
Yeah.
So like that. Barbara Billingsley's obviously Mrs. Cleaver.
Yes.
And Peter Graves to me is Mission Impossible. But you know,
Okay.
he did a lot of dramatic roles. He was on the TV show.
Yeah. No, I feel like I know him mostly from cameos on Seventh Heaven, which is a spelling
Uh-huh.
connection. Um, I know I've seen him on other things, but it's mostly his cameo roles. Like
Okay.
I know but he's one of those, like, you knew when he came on screen this was an actor.
Yeah, he has gravitas.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's really good. Like that's the thing. Like all these dramatic Lloyd Bridges is fantastic. He's a great actor. Robert Hayes, great actor. Like all these guys. Robert Stack, fantastic. Um, you know, they're A+ level dramatic actors. And that's why when they announced that they were going to do the Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun movie, right? Did you see it?
No, because I really want to watch the original first.
Oh, fuck yeah, do that. It doesn't matter, but do that. Okay, the Naked Gun you should watch, but we'll find a reason, I suppose. But they're like, oh, they're doing a new Naked Gun movie, and my first response to that was, that sounds terrible. Why would you do that? Like, I understand the answer to all your questions is money, so that's why you would do it. But then they said, starring Leslie Nielsen. Or not Leslie Nielsen, starring now fucking
Liam Neeson,
Liam Neeson.
which sounds the same as Leslie
It
Nielsen.
fucked me up.
They
So
just
they did.
they just
So
picked the same initials.
that was probably a large part of it. But they said it's Liam Neeson, and I went, nope, fuck, they know what they're doing. This is right. Because he's that level of dramatic actor, like that you see is so fucking serious. I have a very particular set of skills. You know,
Yeah.
like that thing, the Schindler's List of it all. Like this is a fucking dramatic actor, just like Leslie Nielsen was when he went this direction. And I'm like, nope, that's the answer. They nailed it. They figured this shit out. And I went and saw this movie and laughed harder than I've laughed in years at something I'd never seen before. It works so well. There's a bit in there that I can totally spoil this bit. It doesn't mean anything, but it's like it was written for me. Drebin loaned Pamela Anderson in this movie. I don't remember what her character's name is. Loaned her his TiVo.
Okay.
And comes over and discovers that she has plugged it into the internet. And he loses his shit. He's so angry at her. He told her not to plug in the internet, just to plug in the power so she could watch her shows. But once you plug it into the internet, it's going to update, and I'm going to lose every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that I recorded. And he goes into character detail about the story arcs he's going to miss.
Oh, no.
It's so funny. And I mean, I'm crying. And like, I had more than one person text me, like, they wrote that for you. And I'm like, I feel like they kind of did.
I just realized now, too, you've shared this with me because you said you might not be able to watch the new one yet because it's going to spoil some
plot points. They kind of do.
Cheesemeisters, if you love us now, we're thinking of doing Buffy, and I've never seen that. So, like,
we're future focused. We're future focused here, kids. But yeah, it just, they figured they did the thing. They knew what the assignment was, and it was heavy ass dramatic actor in overly ridiculous comedic role. And that's what this movie does. Because and he does the same thing in Naked Gun. He plays it straight. He's so mad at her for deleting those Buffy episodes. Like, so angry. And if he's not, then the whole thing falls apart. And that's what's, I think, so wonderful about this. I don't know that, I think it's those two people's defining roles. I think Lee Bryant, Jimmy's mom, the Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home. This is her defining role because it's from the commercial and it's from this. She's like batting 1,000, this lady.
I know. What a glow up.
I know. That was so amazing to me this time. I was like, I bet they goddamn did. And they did.
I'm gonna
Um,
think about her from now on when I audition for commercials because her facial expressions are perfect. Just
yeah,
the
she means it.
the like alarmed look aside, but very slightly just, oh, Jim
Yeah,
Nichols, another cup of coffee.
yeah, because like clearly something in me leaves him wanting. Like it's not about the coffee. That's the great part about that ad. The whole thing is that it's not just that Jim doesn't like the coffee I make. It's that maybe Jim doesn't find me attractive sexually anymore. Like our relationship might be in trouble because Jim is capable. Jim contains multitudes, and those multitudes like coffee that ain't my coffee. What
And
else does he like
this
that's not
is
mine?
why you all need to be talking a lot more, because if you are relying on an ad or a moment to tell you all of these things, you might be in trouble.
She's playing all of that. She's playing it, but she's playing it on the inside. But
Yeah.
it's fucking there. I mean, it's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's so great. It's Jim never vomits at home. Um, and the fact that that's Chancellor fucking Arnold. Come on, does that not make it better? It 100% makes it better that that's Chancellor Arnold.
I need to go back and watch those scenes now that I know it's him.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else?
I mean, oh, I have to shout out. We got another movie with another gypsy reference.
Oh, Ethel fucking Merman.
With the original Mama Rose.
Yeah.
With things. I mean, it was great. Just her popping up out of bed, still belting like it's.
Did you remember that part, or was that a surprise?
That was a delightful. Well, I knew once they said like he thinks he's Ethel Merman. I went, oh,
It's gonna really be Ethel Merman. Yeah,
I was thrilled.
I know, it's so funny.
I will never be mad if there's a gypsy reference because clearly it is beloved amongst the theater people.
Of course.
You know what? And actually, that reminds me because this movie not only feels like there's some true thespians in there, but my God, they really wanted to make fun of Republicans in this movie. Or even like, yeah, I'm going to leave it at Republicans because, I mean, you have jokes like, haven't felt this bad since we saw that Ronald Reagan film.
Right.
Or like, I haven't seen anything this bad since that Anita Bryant concert.
Right.
Rolling.
Yeah, and the Gerald Ford joke. Yeah. I mean, it's just, those were the people of the time that you want to mock, I suppose.
Well, and then also when what's his name is going through the airport knocking out all of the religious zealots.
Yes.
It's great. It's just fantastic. And I don't know. I think I was also a little proud of myself for being like, I know who these historical references are, even though like Reagan is not a stretch. That was a president.
Yes, it was. So was Gerald Ford, FYI.
Well, I know, but like, again, my brain right now, listen, I'll admit it, it's only trained to hear the negative commentary about the people I think deserve the negative commentary.
Yeah.
And also,
your antenna is tuned.
I don't know why. The only time I'm ever gonna laugh about Gerald Ford is when Chevy Chase is just playing him and falling.
Sure. Yeah. No, his Gerald Ford was great.
Right? I don't know why that is so funny to me.
It's because he's not doing an impression of Gerald Ford. He's just he's just being a dumb person. Like he's not trying to do a Gerald Ford voice. Like roll over Liberty. Good dog.
Yeah, I don't know anything else about that man. I know he fell once and Chevy Chase.
That's the thing. Gerald Ford was like, without a doubt, our most athletic president. He played football for Michigan. Like, yeah, that's what's so funny about it. Like, that's why it's so ironic that like he's known as being a klutz because he fell down the steps of Air Force one time. Like, just like he missed a step. Like, okay. But he got made fun of, and then Chevy Chase turned it into like he's dumb and he's clumsy, and it was just 1 year on Saturday Night Live, just 1 year, but that's now like people really think Gerald Ford was clumsy. So
SNL, listen, those impressions matter.
Yeah. All right, what is this the EST of for you?
This is the funniest movie about flying. Hands down.
Oh, it is fun. I think that's probably pretty true. Um, I think this is the gold standard for parodies.
Yes.
You know, like it's the first one, it's the best one. Naked Gun movies are great. You know, like the first Hot Shots movie is pretty funny. Like there's, you know, but this is like this thing fucking works. You know, 45 years later, it really, really, really is funny. Like I was laughing so hard this morning when I was watching it, and the sound effect of the IV coming out of her skin. Hold on. And then she's like, it's so stupid. And I'm laughing so hard. And I'm still laughing at do you have any light reading? Well, here's this leaflet about famous Jewish sports stars. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. Like it just all of this movie makes me laugh. It still does. It's so great. They're doing Tupperware on their, you know, I mean, come on.
Oh my God. I say let him crash.
Oh, the counterpoint guy. They bought their ticket. They knew what they were getting into.
I love that. That sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, I say
they know what they're getting into.
Yeah. All right. Come on, boys. Let's take some pictures. Yeah. It's so dumb.
That's what they're expecting us to do.
All right. So I think once again we have proven my theory that everything comes back to Aaron Spelling.
Even Airplane. Even
every goddamn person in Airplane.
Oh my God. It was a spelling reunion before they knew it.
I completely. I was shocked at how many people it was. But again, it's right in that window. Like, of course it is. These were all working actors. You know, like they were going to be on TV. All right, so join us here on Wednesday, Cheesemeisters, when we watch Season 5, Episode 2, Under the Influence. And then next Friday, I have an idea for a movie, and it's a movie I've never seen before.
Okay.
It is, it's held in high regard. I don't know if you have seen it. I also don't know. I have heard recently from someone that they watched it and it does not hold up age-wise. It just doesn't age well. I don't know. But I'm willing to give it a shot because it is, as it tells me when I looked it up, it is about Texas debutante culture, at least in some capacity.
Are we watching? I can't even remember the name of the movie.
The Last Picture Show?
Oh no, you did bring this up to me. Okay, I was thinking of something else completely.
Were you thinking of the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
No.
If I should
there ain't nothing dirty going on.
I would only be in the way.
The ceiling fans were turning and turning and turning.
Musical about ceiling fans. That movie's silly. Go listen to our episode on the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Cheesemeisters.
Because only harlots use ceiling fans, apparently.
Apparently.
Okay. I have not seen the Last Picture Show. I mean, as I've said before on here, you can't really use the phrase "it doesn't hold up anymore" because it's tired. Like so many things don't hold up, but they were important for their time. And
this might. Like it's just something that somebody said to me. And then I told somebody else that, and they went, "Really? I don't know if that's right." So it'll be interesting to see if it does. But it's Jeff Bridges and Sybil Shepherd, early 1970s. This is one of those like, oh, I understand why people thought Sybil Shepherd was hot. Like it's that kind of deal.
We've talked about watching it before, so because it's one of those. I read the synopsis and I went, "Why haven't I seen this?"
Yeah, I don't know why. People are surprised I haven't seen it. It's one of the. I mean, I've seen a lot of the movies in the 70s, and this one I haven't seen. So
because we were meant to watch it together.
That's right. So next Friday, Cheesemeisters, The Last Picture Show. But until then, Cheese Meisters, I just want you both to know, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Cheers.
Cheers. I just want you both to know, good luck, and we're all counting on you.